Guys, it's me Paco and you're watching Bad Witch Books. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if it's your first time here. Today we're going to be going over my May TBR. Not May TBR, rewind that. My May wrap-up. I cannot believe it is already June. We're already at the half point of the year. It is unbelievable that we're already here. But yes, these are the books I read in May. In May, I read 8 books in May. No, more than that. I read more than that. 6, 7, 8, 9 books in May. I read 9 books in May. The first book I do not have with me at the moment. It is somewhere else, and I don't want to get it because I'm unprepared. But that was right here, my Vanna White. It was the Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson, book 2 of the Mistborn series. I gave this book 4 stars. This is the sequel to the Final Empire, and it just takes place after that as our characters try to kind of keep control of the kingdom and stop it from being invaded by outside sources. Really enjoyed this. I love where Ven's character arc went in this book, and I liked how the world was expanded upon. I was supposed to read book 3 in May, but I didn't get to it. We'll see when I get to book 3. But yeah. So now we'll go to the books I actually have with me right now. So the next book I read in May was Rusha in the End of Time. This is by Rusha, and I read this book part for my TBR card challenge I got. I believe I got this for my middle grade pick. Not exactly sure. I should watch the video again, but we'll see. But this is a middle grade book. This is about our main character, Rusha, who she is very much a storyteller, a liar to fit in with the kids at her very high-end school. She lives with her mom, who runs the museum of I think it's Indian history or Hindu mythology kind of. And one day her friends show up and are kind of catch her in a lie. And so she tries to convince them that she's not lying, and she accidentally lights this candle, which is supposed to be this sacred relic, and it frees a demon called the Sleeper. And then Rusha finds out that she is a part of the reincarnation of one of the Pavada brothers, and she has to save the world, her and one of the other reincarnations. Really good, enjoyed it. I'm going to continue on with the series, but this is a 3.5 stars. Really good. Next book I read was another pick because May was a AAIP month, Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Month. I tried to read majority of Asian books this month, or books by Asian authors. So the next book I read was Only a Monster by Vanessa Lynn. This takes place in London and is about our main character named what was her name? I read this at the beginning of the month, so give me a minute. Oh, Joan. So Joan is living with her mom's side of the family, staying with her mom's side of the family, I believe, for the summer in London. And she accidentally finds out that she and her mom's side of the family are a bunch of monsters. So they have the ability to steal life force from humans and use it to travel through time. And she accidentally, the boy she has a crush with, accidentally he finds out she's a monster, and he turns out to be this monster hunter, and it's a whole thing. There's a bunch of time travel, which is why I didn't enjoy it as much. I'm not a huge fan of time travel stories, so this was a 3-star. The ending was interesting. I might continue on with the series I don't know if this is a series or not, but I might, just because of the ending was pretty interesting. But I'm not a huge fan of time travel stories. But the monster aspect I liked. I love this edition too. It's a fairy edition. But yes. So 3 stars. The next book I read this month was Our Violent Ends by Chloe Gong. This is the sequel of The Silent Delights, which is about Juliet and Roma, who are rival heirs of 2 rival gangs in Chang. I know the city's name and I'm blanking out. Oh, what is their city's name? My mind is completely blanking out. I read this beginning of the month. But basically, yeah, I can't think of the name of the city, but in China. And they are basically, my mind just plopping out. Basically, after the events of the first book, Roma and Juliet hate each other, or Roma hates Juliet at least. Juliet did shit. That's spoilers for these violent lights I don't want to get into. And they basically have to save the city again when shit happens. And you also have the Communist Party and the Nationalist Party kind of going to wars as well. And this is really good. I enjoy this a lot more than the first book because there's less bugs in this one. I do not like bugs, and so that's why I was a little creeped out by the first one. But I enjoyed it. The romance is really good. I really loved it in this one. I really like Juliet. I read this for my TBR challenge of a morally gray character. Juliet is extremely morally gray, more morally gray than most characters who I see are considered morally gray just because they're mean. But Juliet is full on a gangster and is willing to kill and do everything like that. I really enjoyed it, and I really loved Juliet in this book. Whew. Okay, next book I read in May was the Hotel Menufit. I read this for my book club that I'm a part of, that I meet, like, it's part of the local library in town that I'm in. And this is by Emily J. Taylor. This is about a girl named Jane. I don't know, some girl, her and her sister try to get jobs at this hotel that is, like, magical hotel that, like, travels in every place every night. And basically she finds out not as all as it appears, as the hotel's kind of creepy, and the, like, owner of the hotel's got some, like, hidden agenda. It was interesting. I do give this a low on 3 stars, so it's, like, not my favorite. If you like Night Circus, or not Night Circus, I haven't read Night Circus. If you like the Carvel series, I feel like you'll like this. They've got very similar vibes. It was very dark at some points, so I was surprised. But I would say check it out if you like that vibe. We're going to do this pretty quick. Next book I read in May was my book club, the Enchanted Forest Book Club, book pick for May, which was The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axio. Right? It was the author's name, right? Yeah, I did. This is a book based on Korean mythology. It is a feminist retelling, and it is basically this girl. Every year or every couple of years, a girl is sacrificed to the sea god, is thrown into the ocean to be sacrificed to the sea god, and our main character, Mina, does not want her sister-in-law or, like, her brother's girlfriend to be sacrificed because her brother is going to go crazy and do some shit, or, like, try to stop it, and so her brother doesn't get in trouble. She throws herself into the ocean to save her sister-in-law, and she ends up trying to become the dragon bride, the sea dragon's bride or whatever, the sea god's bride. Really good. I love the mythology of it. I gave this, like, it's almost a 4-star. It is a standalone, and I feel like they were trying to cram a lot of stuff in, so it felt a little rushed, but I did enjoy it. Like, once you got past the first part, I'd say I enjoyed it a lot more. The mythology was really cool and interesting, so this is almost a 4-star. If you want to know more, my live show is up. You can watch the replay where I discuss some more of that. So the next book I read in May was a reread, and that was A Court of Mist and Fury. No, it wasn't Paco. No, it wasn't. It was A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. This is a pretty popular book, but I reread this. This is my second time reading it since it first came out, and I actually tabbed up the book. I gave this book a 3 stars. It used to be 5, but I gave it 3 stars now rereading it. And I did grow more of appreciation for Feyre, who isn't my favorite character in the whole series. My favorite character is Nesta, and I still love Nesta. But I did grow more appreciating of Feyre. I forgot, like, that she had a lot of shit she had to deal with since rereading it. But I'm excited to continue with my reread of the series. Okay. The next book I finished was The Hacienda by Isabella Cantos. This is a book about a girl named Beatrice. It takes place right after the Mexican War of Independence, where Beatrice's father is gunned down, and she and her mother are forced to live with her mother's very, rich cousins, and they treat her down because Isabella's father was darker skinned, more indigenous ancestry, and they are very much like with the caste system, so, like, they treat her like shit, and so she takes her first chance to marry this one guy and go live with him on his hacienda. When she gets to the hacienda, she finds out it's basically haunted, and she asks a priest who is also a witch to help and things ensue from there. I really enjoyed this. I loved the like witchcraft in this book. Very like it was perfect for me for the kinds of witches I love. Like a very cultural thing, very like ancestral magic. Like it came from the family line. Like his grandmother was a healer. I just loved it all about the witchy stuff we got in this book. It talked a lot about the caste system of Mexico and stuff like that, and so I really enjoyed this. This is a 4-star read, very spooky and spooky. Would be a perfect read in October. This is making me want to read Mexican Gothic because it was confirmed in Mexican Gothic, and I do like Silvia Moreno Garcia's reads. So because of this book by Isabella Cañas, I might read Mexican Gothic. My last book I read this month for May was Wonder Woman by George Perez. I ended up picking this book up because George Perez, who is an influential comic book writer and artist, like one of the big, he helped create the like really popular Teen Titans team with Starfire and Raven on it. He is the influential writer for Wonder Woman, like one of the most influential writers for Wonder Woman, and did a lot of really good art for the Avengers and stuff like that. He passed away recently, and I've had this, and I'm like, I haven't read his run yet, so this is the first like volume. I think it's the first 14 issues of his Wonder Woman run, and it has like 3 different arcs. The first arc is the Wonder Woman origin arc plus the Ares arc combined, and then there is the Cheetah arc, the introduction of Bara and Minerva as Cheetah, and then the third is the Trial of the Gods arc, where Diana has to go into Tartarus to like prove herself to the gods. And I really enjoyed most of this. The ending, the like last arc, the ending of it was a little iffy for me because of like some stuff with Hercules. I feel like the Amazons should not have to forgive Hercules for the shit he did to them, but I really enjoyed this. I did not know I was going to enjoy this as much, but like you get a lot of like iconic stuff with this that I would love to see, and I loved to see. I loved the mythology aspect he took with it, and seeing like Diana's connection to the human world and stuff, and I love seeing the introduction of Cheetah. So I will be continuing on with this run. I just need to buy volume 2, and I think there's like 6 volumes like this, so this was a 4-star. But yes, this was my May wrap up. What did you guys read this month? What was your favorite read? I think my favorite read might have to be maybe, rewind. I forgot another book I read this month. I also read Air Awakens by Lisa Kova. Lisa Kova, I believe is the name. Princess, if I get it wrong, she'll correct me in the comments. But this is a book about a girl, a librarian's assistant. She discovers she has magic. She is the last of these like wind magic users, air, because like the way the world is set up is elemental magic, and she's the last one. She finds out she basically is one of the last and only like wind elemental users, and she gets a connection with the prince. It was really good. I enjoyed it. It was 4 stars. Got me out of a reading slump, so I really was thankful for that. But yeah, I forgot I read that as well. But back to what I was saying. What was your guys' favorite book you read this month? I think mine would be a tie between Hacienda, Air Awakens, and Our Violent Ends. Those were all really good 4-star reads. I didn't have any 5-star reads this month, which is kind of sad, but yeah. I will see you guys next time. I do sprints every Monday. This month of June will be a vlog every Wednesday, and of course my regularly scheduled videos on Friday. But yeah, I will see you guys later.